go back to that Mueller goal just for a second. I think that caught everybody by surprise. And then it just seemed to lift the Oil Barons, and the Grizzlies just didn't know how to handle it.
Well, it lifted the whole house, and that's well, I like that player. I'll tell you, I make no secret about it that I've liked those 3 young players from the start, and he's one of my favorites. I like the ones that work hard.
Jason Bomback with the puck behind Perron. Perron now, he's got words for Scovera. Bomback dumps it out to the red line. It's shot back in by the Grizzlies. 4:20 remaining in the first period. Tatar with the puck. Out to Tyler Graham. Graham checked neatly there by Oliver. And Oliver fires it off the glass. Nelson knocks it down in the neutral zone. He hits McFatridge with a puck. Bomback has it. Bomback up to Russell Sharp. He can't connect with it. Heisted. His pass is intercepted by McFatridge. Good work by McFatridge. Up to Russell Sharp. Russell Sharp now over the blue line to Koffhammer. Koffhammer has it in his feet. He's knocked off the puck by Nelson. Nelson with it. Spins in behind Perkins. Stops. Sets up. Looks for someone to pass to. Trying to get it to Tatar. Tatar is tied up neatly. And here comes Heisted. Heisted stripped to the puck, but Scovera gets it. His shot just wide. Nelson now in the neutral zone with it. Nelson over to Joe Murphy. Joe Murphy trying to hit one of the Grizzlies with a lead pass. Can't. Masters is crushed. He's absolutely crushed by Phillips. Now Mueller lines up his man. Oh my, they're just destroying Masters out there right now, and that's just one man. That's Chris Phillips. Phillips with the puck. It's stopped by Perron. Phillips has it again. He plays it off the glass. Kept in by Lubsack. Lubsack, shot goes wide. Chris Phillips has it. He's bodied by Pozar. And now Murphy in there to hit Phillips. Aiken tries to get it out. Can't. Mueller will now. Mueller does get it out, and we've got a scrum in front of the Oil Barons bench. And now, what's this?
Lubsack took a run at McFatridge, and McFatridge just skated out of the way. Looks like they're going to get coincidental minors. But Shawnee's intent on staying this game, and don't for 1 minute think that Sean McFatridge is scared of Lubsack or Lubsack is scared of Sean. They're two tough guys, two intense competitors, and if it comes down to going, they'll go.
2:43 remaining in this first period. The Oil Barons taking their first lead at home in this series, 2-1. Shots 9-7. Let's take a look at this hit by Phillips. Phillips was just a one-man wrecking.
Yeah, look at this rookie proving that him making the Oil Barons at 15 was no fluke. That's what got him there, folks.
Tremendous, tremendous hit. Good work by our cameraman. Mike McPhee can't win the draw from Zamata. Nelson fires it in. Perron can't quite control it. Now he gets it, leaves it for Romachuk. Romachuk being chased out by Erdman. Romachuk with some room, hits Ross Harris with a pass, but it's two lines. And Ross Harris is bumped after the play, and I have to say, Ken, the Grizzlies are losing their composure.
As long as the Barons don't lose theirs, it could be their game. It will be their game.
I agree.
You know, they've got to stay away from the garbage.
Yep.
They got to skate away from those little slights and maintain control. Controlled aggression and a positive attitude. And a lot of hard work. Just ask Mueller about that.
Yeah, Mueller will show you. What a goal that was.
Yeah, all of you hockey players, the young hockey players that saw that, when you hate your coach doing the stops and starts, watch what happened there.
That is so true. Perron forced to play it to Romachuk. Romachuk up the boards to Harris. Harris chips at it. This is going to go all the way for icing. And I'm not sure if this is a good thing. I think the Oil Barons need to apply some of that pressure in this final 2 minutes. Just get the Grizzlies running around in their own end.
This is the best first period I've seen the Barons have. 2:19 left in the first period. The Barons now out shooting the Grizzlies 9-7, according to the clock, and the Barons leading the Grizzlies 2-1.
Wait and see what happens. Exciting intermission action coming your way. Doug Kelly's in, and we're going to have an interview with Ches Dix. There's another sign. Chad A. Nelson. Uh-oh.
I think Bob Stewart made that one.
Yeah. Okay. Nelson with the puck now. In front. Oh, it skitters through the crease. Chance now for Heisted. Shot on. Gloved easily by Richard Perron. And high sticking is the call, and I believe it's going against the Oil Barons.
Looks like it. No.
Nelson's going.
Josh Erdman gets the gate. And look, he was up against. Now, you talk about a young man doing everything. Watch this.
Yep.
Gets Phillips across the back of the head. Does Phillips retaliate? No. And that's that composure that I was talking about, you know. The maturity that young man's playing with is so impressive. You want to bet there's not scouts watching him a lot. I agree.
He could be one of the first, Ft.McMurray players to go directly to NHL.
Hodgson.
No, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Don't forget Hodgson.
No.
He was the first one, to my knowledge.
First one in a while. How about that one?
How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Puck's back to Clay Aw. Clay Aw drives it in Oil Barons territory. Richard Perrott leaves it there, a minute 50 in the power play for the Oil Barons. As Erdman sits 2 minutes off for high sticking. Bobby Stewart gains the blue line. Back to Oliver. Oliver unloads. Oh, shot wide. Bobby Stewart doing everything he can do to keep it in. He can't. Good work by Joe Murphy to get rid of it. Oil Barons will take a minute to set up again. Oliver waiting for his troops to get online. They're rewarding Mueller by putting him out there for the power play. Mueller up to Harris. Harris doesn't see it, so Mueller takes it. Mueller into the corner, up against Nelson. Leaves it for Harris. Harris back to Oliver at the point. Unloads, shot on Perkins. And the Grizzlies clear. I think the Oil Barons are content to shoot as much rubber Perkins' way as they possibly can because he looks bad on a couple of those goals. Now Scovera one-on-one with Moniker, goes wide, cuts in, big save by Perron. I don't even think he knew he had it. Now Terrence Oliver has it. Oliver goes up ice. That's Curtis Gemmel had fallen down. He doesn't look too healthy right now. Last minute to play in the first period. Richard Perron leaves it for Gemmel. Gemmel gets to it before Scovera. Oliver plays it up to Aiken. Aiken cross ice to Moniker. Oil Barons 3-on-2 penalty coming up to the Grizzlies. And this is a switch, Ted. Grizzlies will be 2 men short.
Wow. I'm amazed. And I didn't see what happened. It must have happened behind the play. Did it have anything to do with Curtis Gemmel getting up off the ice? We'll have to listen for the call and see if we can figure out where it came from.
Take a look at this save by Perron. Scovera is impressing me so far tonight, Ken, regardless of what he said to me earlier. Good save by Perron. Perron just, once he gets into that zone, he's unbeatable.
They got Highstad off for roughing. I didn't see where it occurred. Must have been behind the play.
Losing their composure?
Possibly. When you're down 3 men, you're losing something. Or down 2 men, excuse me. Now, can the Barons get the power play going? They got to get one here.
32.6 seconds remaining in the period. 22 seconds remaining in the first Olds penalty. It's going to be tough to get something going now with the 2-man advantage. Bobby Stewart will try. Stewart over the line. Drops it back to the point to McFatridge. Pardon me, to Harris. Shot in. Deflects wide. Bobby Stewart after now. McPhee has it. Loses it to Clay Aw. Clay Aw shoots it around the boards. 10 seconds remaining in the penalty. Romanchuk at the point. Into Bobby Stewart. His shot wide. Kept in by Bombach. 2 seconds remaining. 1 second. That will do it for the first period. The Oil Barons come storming out. And they come back and take a 2-1 lead.
That's right. The old Grizzlies do first blood. It was in the latter part of the first period before Murphy deflected a point shot. And on a Bobby Stewart penalty, I might add. But then the rookie, Mueller, came back and with a slap shot right out of heaven, put the Oil Barons in a tied situation. Minutes later, seconds later, Bob Stewart on a percentage shot. Brett Moniker, something he does very well, get that puck in the net. Get that puck up front so the guys can get it in net. Go for the deflection. It worked out really good. It just went right straight to Bob Stewart off of his shot, which got a deflection. Stewart just guided her in.
Well, when we come back after these messages, Glenn White's going to talk to Chestix, and right after that, we're going to find out the way it is with Doug Kelly. So stay tuned, folks.
the more you save. Check this week's TV guide for complete details. Tamarack Gallery has the only certified professional picture framer in Fort McMurray. Quality, selection, and service. That's why Tamarack Gallery is Fort McMurray's premier art gallery.
Tamarack Gallery is a proud sponsor of community television.
Aardvark Designs is an extension of New Concept Fashions, giving Fort McMurrayites more of a fashion option. Fresh new looks for this spring and summer. From beautiful crochet vests and long flowing skirts to bright new bathing suits and aerobic wear, there's something for everyone in this original new store. We're located in the upper level of the Plaza 2 Mall next to a pair of shoes. This is one store you shouldn't miss for your new spring and summer fashions. Come and see us today. Aardvark Designs, proud to sponsor community programming in Fort McMurray.
Nobody will catch him, McMurray.
Oil Barons Hockey on TV10 is brought to you by Après Sport, Fort McMurray's sports bar. Après Sport features all your favorite sports on one of the big screens. We also feature NTN interactive television and a casual atmosphere for the whole team to get together. Drop by tonight. Après Sport in the Tide Center across from Keano College.
Pete's Lock Shop has something new for your home or business. Armor Coat is a polyester laminated coating made from space-age materials. What does it do? It's a safety and security film which is placed on glass windows or doors. Armor Coat will make you more secure without anyone knowing it's there. It keeps people out by making glass 3 times stronger and safe because the glass won't shatter when broken. Call Pete's today for more information, 791-1489. Pete's Lock Shop on Rydell Street is a proud sponsor of community programming.
Arena after the first period of play. The score 2-1 for the Barons. And we're talking about tradition, we're talking about heart. And when we talk about tradition and heart and what this team's all about, well, there's no better man to talk to about those 2 items than the man with Glenn White now. Glenn!
I have with me here now the former president, former owner of the Fort McMurray Oil Barons, Chess Dix. First of all, Chess, welcome to the show and your comments on the first period of play tonight.
Thanks very much, Glenn. It's nice to be here. I think the Oil Barons were very fortunate the first 14, 15 minutes, and I shouldn't say fortunate. I think that Perrant was awesome. He was the first period for the Barons, and then somehow they turned it around. They had 2 disallowed goals against them, which was kind of nice to start that period, and then they came on about the 14th, 15th minute. We're down 1-0, scored 2 fast ones, and I think now they're full marks, and they've got the old Grizzlies are right now on their heels a bit.
Good. Now, it took a lot of concessions, a lot of work, a lot of things you had to give other teams, things to the league to get a team here originally. Can you tell us a little bit what it was like, those first negotiations?
Well, I would think if I want to thank someone firstly, I'd like to thank Jerry Skoronsky, because Jerry Skoronsky did 4 months of newsprint for me in the local paper, worked hard on sports columns, sent faxes everywhere about what I was trying to do. And I was trying to do it in conjunction with, I thought, Mark Messier, Danny Gare, and Doug Messier. And I found out later that it was only Doug Messier, not Mark and Danny Gare. It was a lot of work, but I think of the days of Ken Flaherty when Ken was with Suncor at the time, he was public relations, and I remember I was able to con 150 season tickets out of him for 3 years, and I think Ken may remember that. And it worked out that I got something like $4,500, and that was the start of it. And then Syncrude followed. Mark Messier came up here and spent a couple of weekends for me selling tickets, and the people were just awesome. It was great. The community was great.
Did you have a vision that this many years later we'd still have a packed house here in April for Fort McMurray hockey?
Well, the vision I had was never for Thickwood Heights Arena. I was on the original plans for McDonald Island, and we were supposed to have a 3,000-seat arena expandable to 5,000, and that should have happened 5 years ago. But instead, we have I think it's an 8,000-seat arena at Mac Island, and it seats 140 at a time. It's ridiculous, and you know, we could have had maybe 5-6 years ago an arena for $5 or $6 million that would have seated 3,000, and then maybe down the road we could have looked at major junior here, because this town is strong enough.
I'll take you way back years now in Cape Breton when we played some senior hockey and things like that. The game has changed a lot. Do you prefer the older game to the newer game, or just what do you think personally about the styles?
Well, I think I'm fortunate to have gone through 2 eras. I think now it's a faster game. I think the transition game is a lot faster. Boom, everyone moves, they shoot the puck harder. They don't hit, though. I think now you see lots of stick work. I think you see lots of knee checking. You don't see the hip check. You don't see the good body check. Center ice last night, Roman Chuck, beautiful check, probably brought the crowd to the feet. That's the hockey that I remember. This here is fast. Good fast hockey.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time and your comments, Chess. We're going to roll back now to Rob. He has Doug Kelly standing by for The Way It Is.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Ches. And I'm not sure if we should have called that segment The Way It Is, but this segment's called The Way It Is. Doug, your impression on that first period?
Well, just pretty well summed it up. We're in here against a club that's a well-oiled machine, a lot of experience, and we've seen what's gone on in the first 3 games. And they came out and played like the experienced club that they are. We were very fortunate to get out of the first 10-15 minutes here without getting a few extra goals in our net. And Fran Gao pretty well summed it up after the 3rd game, saying he needs all 20 players going 110%. And they kind of picked it up here, and we were very fortunate that we got back and got tied, because I think the first goal of each game in this series is pretty well setting the tide. I was down at the first game in Knowles when we came away with a 3-1 win. And once we get a goal up on these boys, they tend to lose a little bit of their game plan, and they try to do it individually because they have so much experience. It gets them off their game plan, and we see they're off it right now. I'm sure their coach, Chris Stewart, will be down there trying to settle them down, get back to some team concept. But he has some 20-year-olds out there, Lepsak and Erdman and Heisted, that they're causing him a lot of problems. They're heading to the penalty box steady, and we have to take advantage of this. So as long as we can keep them off their game, and that's the thing to do, we get ahead of them, keep them off the game, retain our composure, and the one thing that we have to step up in our game is we have to learn how to score on our power play. And I think at this point, that'll be the difference if we intend to win. We have to get the breaks, and we have to score on our power play.
Doug, one final point on it, and unfortunately an abbreviated The Way It Is, goaltending is really playing a factor in this series.
Well, if we didn't have Richard Perrant in our net, this series would be over 4 straight. In the second game down in Knowles, which I was also at, the 3rd period, 13 shots to 2, and overall 36 shots to 13 for the Barons. Now that game could have been anybody's game in the second period. We came out of the first period 0-0. And it seemed when they got the second goal on us that we kind of sunk a bit and said, okay, we've got home ice advantage, we'll go for the split. We pretty well left Richard at bay, and I don't think it was fair to him. Of course, it was a little difficult for the boys to look at this hockey club and think they could come back with 3 goals. But they have to realize that when you're in the big one, anything's possible. And I'm looking at accolades here now with Richard Perrant. He's looked at 526 shots so far, you know, in this playoff series. Where you look down at the other end, Perkins, he's swept through a couple of series pretty easily, and he's only looked at 259 shots. Now that's quite a spread.
Yeah, it is.
And I've watched Perkins, and I don't think he's the goaltender that he's touted out to be. He's got holes, we have to exploit them, and we have to learn to shoot from everywhere in this ice. You saw what happened with young Mueller there now. He scored some tremendous goals for this hockey club through this playoff. And you got to give that boy a lot of credit. He's got a good shot. He went high. I don't know if he intended to go high, but that's the place you score in this fella. Up in the 3 and 4 holes, they're open a lot of times. As you watch the game here, you'll see that's where they're open.
Yep.
Very seldom his 5-hole between the legs is open. He's got the stick down, he's got the pads down, the butterfly, and he's good in traffic. So we got to go for the high corners, maintain our discipline, keep them off their game, and go for the breaks. And Bobby Stewart is the guy who deserves a lot of credit right now with his play throughout the series.
Well, there you have it. That's the way it is. And when we come back, second period action at Nick White's Arena. Stay tuned.
Hey kids, bring mom and dad to Maple Tree's Family Restaurant for fabulous food and fantastic fun. Kids, color your placemat and Maple Trees will have it laminated. So on your next visit, you'll have your very own placemat with your name on it. And kids, don't forget to ask about our free hockey cards. Parents, Maple Trees is now offering dinner specials. Every night a different delectable delight at a price that's easy on your pocketbook. Maple Trees Restaurant on Gregoire Drive is proud to sponsor Oil Barons Hockey.
Every Wednesday, the laughs are on us at Broncos. It's Yuck Yucks Comedy.
I was in Paris about 2 months ago. If you're going over there, here's an example. Chapeau means hat. Ouf means egg. It's like those French have a different word for everything.
It's absolutely free. That's right, no cover charge. Yuck Yucks Comedy, every Wednesday at Broncos.
Pinecrest Tackle and Sports. We have it all for the fishing enthusiast. From the latest in gadgets and technology to live bait and more. And did you know about N&J Exotic Fish and Supplies? You can find them here too. From fish and lizards to exotic spiders, you'll be amazed at the stock and supplies. It's all here in one location. Pinecrest Tackle and Sports and N&J Exotic Fish and Supplies. Proud to sponsor community programming in Fort McMurray.
Up here with great opinions on this game.
Yeah, and they all share one thing, and that's we got the better goaltender.
Yeah.
And I have to say we do. Richard Perrant is tremendous. One thing that the Barons could do is take a tip from Scavira. Scavira, as Doug Kelly may have pointed out, is shooting from everywhere.
Yep.
He just shoot. And that's what the Barons have to do on Perkins, because Perkins is not up to the standard that Richard Perrant is. We've got to use that to our advantage. Our Oles defense is a little bit stronger than ours, and that's not taking anything away from ours, but Oles just seems to have a much more refined defense.
Right.
And we got to get those shots. We got to create traffic in front of Perkins. The Barons won the second period last night.
Yes.
Now
second period's been good to them all.
It's been good to them all year. That's the Barons period. In the third, they tied. Now, if they can duplicate that, and I don't see why they can't, they are a latter part of the game team. They've started early tonight, thank goodness, on a great goal by Brad Mueller.
Yes.
Great goal. And Bob Stewart on the shot from Moniger. Doing what they do best. You know, they got to shoot on this guy. Moniger knows that. Like, he plays that percentage all the time, and I've said that time and time again. He shoots all the time from the point, gets them on the net, and the guys like Stewart can get them in.
There are some things about this series, and I'll have to break, because here come the Oil Barons.
No sense trying to talk over this.
There's a lot of similarities between this series and the series we saw against Sherwood Park. Team split in Sherwood Park, split in Oles. Oles and Sherwood Park both handily winning the second game.
Yep.
Coming in here, winning the first game in McMurray. Perhaps the game last night was a little closer than the third game against Sherwood Park. But
yes.
The Oil Barons seem to come back in that fourth, and particularly the Sherwood Park series, use that as a springboard for the whole series.
Well, they don't quit.
No.
They do not quit. And that's, you got to say the same for the Grizzlies. Like, I was pretty impressed with the matchups the Oil Barons have had all along.
Yeah.
That they've been equal to the challenge in each case, and the matchups have been very, very close. First with Calgary, then with Sherwood Park, now with the Oils Grizzlies.
Right.
And it's just great hockey to see. Our club is equal, in my opinion, to the rated best Tier 2 Junior A club in the country.
Well, that remains to be seen. Whoever wins this series, I think, can rightfully own that crowd. Oil Barons have a power play. 1:25 remaining in the old Grizzlies penalty. I believe it's being served by Highstead for roughing. Oil Barons now with about 1:13 on it. They'll try and get something going now. They lead 2-1. Oliver into the left side of Perkins. Oliver back to the point. Ross Harris with it. Shot on. Oh, Bobby Stewart was trying to tip that one as well. Bomback controls it to the point. Good work by Tyler Graham. He knocks it away from Bomback in a race for the puck. Graham gets to it first. He's tied up by Bomback. Good work by Jason Bomback. Good work by Tyler Graham as he is trying to freeze the puck behind Perron. 40 seconds remaining in the power play. Here comes Mike McPhee. Mike McPhee over the red line, over the blue line, dishes it off to Bobby Stewart, back to the point to Romanchuk. Back to McPhee. McPhee loses it, and Lubsack just fires it all the way down the ice, and that, unless the Oil Barons can mount something rather quickly, will just about do it for that power play. Ross Harris having some trouble with Joe Murphy, leaves it for Moniker. Moniker behind his own net, stops, takes a look. Now he comes out. Plays it up along the boards to Mike McPhee. McPhee being pestered by Lubsack. Moniker has it now. That does it. The Oil Barons do not score on their power play. As Highstead returns to the ice. Clarence Houle has it. He bangs it in behind Perkins. Perkins leaves it. Play-off picks it up. Play-off the boards into the neutral zone. Oil Barons knock it down there. Ballman with it. Back over to Moniker. Moniker cross ice to Koffhammer. Koffhammer breaks in. He's cut off by two defenders. Play on behind his own net is crushed by Sean McFadden. Oh my, what a hit. Tatar with the puck. Back to Play on. Play on. Spins at his own end. He must be smarting after that hit. And the puck shot into the Oil Barons zone. Ballman with it. Ballman up ice to McFadden. McFadden spins and fires it in, and Perkins plays it behind his net. Koffhammer can't come up with it. Ballman keeps it in. Now you can hear the fans chanting Perkins. Have to see what kind of intestinal fortitude this young goaltender has. Puck's now in the neutral zone. Barons break out. That's Gebel with the puck. Gebel and Mueller. Mueller gets to it. Fires it in. Knocked down by Nelson, and he'll get it out. He hits Scovera with the pass. Scovera breaks in over the Oil Barons line. Stops, sets. Tries to hit Zamata with a pass. Zamata shot on and blocked easily by Richard Perron. And
Thrill a minute.
Fans are on Perkins.
It doesn't get any better than this. A thrill a minute end-to-end hockey. Chances and chances and chances and hard work. And look at, I want to point out A.J. Aiken. Look at him here. The skating ability and the agility of that young man allows him to keep Scovera kind of hemmed in.
Yes.
Or that could have been a much more dangerous situation.
Now the fans are chanting at Perkins, trying to get him off his game. We'll see how that goes. Perkins has looked rather shaky on the two goals.
Well, it's like we were talking with some of the hockey know-how up here.
Right.
They got to shoot on this guy. They got to get the shots.
Speaking of shots, Highstead tries to take one. Instead, he chips it into Phillips. Phillips has it. Phillips up to Harris. Harris off the boards. Nelson placed in the neutral zone. And now the Grizzlies played over to Highstead. Highstead fires it in. Chris Phillips has it again. Around the boards to Romanchuk. Romanchuk up ice, can't hit anybody. This one goes all the way down to Perkins, who receives a rounding cheer from the fans here. The net's knocked off the moorings. And finally we get a whistle.
The fans are giving Perkins just a little bit of a razz, and they're cheering when he stops the long shot from the far end of the ice by Romanchuk. And that might work. I know that that used to work against a young man who was a tremendous goaltender for St. Albert, Derek Shabunka.
Yeah.
Now plays for the U of A, and he's just a tremendous goaltender. And the fans used to get on him, and he used to rattle him a little bit.
Used to rattle Ron Hextall, too. That's how they got to him when he was a youngster in the NHL.
That's right, and I think it had a big, great deal to do with Billy Smith when the fans got on him when the Oilers finally took the cup from the Islanders.
5 times, Ken.
5 times, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anytime I can bring up the old glory days, I love to. You know, back when hockey was hockey, with 17 and 21 teams. In front of his own net. Gets to Tater. Tater's crushed by McFatridge. Poole's out there now. His stick came up. Fortunately, no penalty there now. Clayaw has it over the red line. Clayaw hits Scovera with a pass, and Scovera's offside, and I like this line. This is a rough tumble line.
Sure it is. We've got speed happening here too. The game has picked up a bit. The intensity's there. Sean McFatridge, we were talking earlier about what he's got to do, and here it is. He does it. Nobody does it better when it comes to laying the shoulder and laying the body than Sean McFatridge. Check it out here. Bang.
That's Tatar.
That's his second check of
a check on
second
a check.
good solid check. Yeah, okay.
A check on a check.
All right, Rob.
It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Is that a canceled check?
I don't know. Poole plays it back. Picked up there now by the Oil Barons defender. Shot on Perkins, and he gets a big hand from the crowd. Clarence Houle after it now. Bobby Stewart in there forechecking on Tater. He breaks it out. That's Tatar. Tatar over the blue line. Into the slot. Tatar with some good wheels. His shot is caught on the warning track by Richard Perron.
Good back checking by the Oil Barons allowed them to get a stick in front of that. I don't know if it was Clarence Houle, I believe it was, but he got a stick in front of that, and it just kind of bobbled up into the air and made an easy infield fly for Richard.
16:02 remaining. 2-1 the Oil Barons lead. Shots 12 to 14. The Grizzlies head up to 14. I don't know about that, but all right.
We said it earlier. Congratulations once again to the Fort.McMurray Midget Merchants AA hockey team as they won the Crowchild tournament in Calgary.
Part of the pride of Ft.McMurray. Now the Oil Barons control. That's Paulman of the puck. Along the boards to Gemmel. Gemmel knocks it down. He's checked by Kirkpatrick. Puck comes out into the slot. Shot weak and on Perron from Lubsack. And I see they're back at their old tricks again after the whistle. Sticks and gloves and everything.
No, just a little. That wasn't anything serious. Just a little push there. Fallman's cool. He can handle it. You know, he doesn't look very big out there, but he is very effective.
Actually, I was talking about on Cuffhammer.
Oh.
No, there is lots of it going on.
Yeah,
you got to admit that.
It's going on, but it's nothing serious yet.
I think it is.
I got to compliment Jim Otteson calling a good game so far. I'm the first one to speak out when the ref's bad.
Oh,
might as well be the one when he's good.
Holy cow. Truer words never spoken there. Big Jim Ivey has it. Plays it up, and here come the Barons. That's Russell Sharp. Sharp, he's hit hard along the boards. And now Fallman has it, and he's offside.
Yeah, Sharp couldn't get back up and get out fast enough, although he was trying, and Fallman did do a little S-curve, but he couldn't wait any longer to come across that blue line. He had to move. And the crowd really on Perkins tonight, really on him.
They're into this one. They're really into this one.
No doubt about it.
And heck, they aren't even picking on Perkins anymore. They'll take anybody. They're at their Highstead now. Just whatever you do, don't call Scovera a monkey. He doesn't like that.
So I understand.
Puck's chipped in to Perkins. He knocks it down. Highstead plays along the boards. Can't keep it in. Here come the Grizzlies. That's Gregg with it. That's Gregg. Shot on, and that's the first time Jeff Gregg has seen any action.
And Richard makes it look so easy with that glove of his, and he's just playing a superb game. Richard is at the top of his game tonight. As far as I'm concerned, we've seen him play so strong for the Oil Barons, and never more was he needed than now in the finals.
I think Coach Chris Stewart shortened his bench. We haven't seen a couple of players, John Pozar and John Blowy. We'll have to monitor that situation. Mike McPhee, pass up to Ross Harris. Ross Harris has it in the Grizzly zone. He's bodied by Highstead. They can't get it out. They'll try again. That's Zamata with it. Now Zamata gets it up to Nelson. Nelson's pass back to Zamata. He couldn't connect as Mike McPhee hauls Zamata down. No call. Gregg with it in the corner. He's bodied by Moniger. And now a Grizzlies lost his helmet. And there's a penalty coming up. Slashing and going against the Grizzlies.
I think they're starting to lose their composure just a little bit. Sheldon Zamata off to the penalty box for slashing. The Barons seem to be in control right now. Can they maintain it? We need a goal here. Jason Fallman going to the bench. Just a great effort by that young man in these playoffs all the way through.
Now watch it on the left-hand side of your screen. You should see it here. No.
Just after. Just after that.
They're saying we saw it now.
good as Mike Rebus.
That's right.
I got to quit railing on him, but it was a despicable game last night.
2-minute power play for the Oil Barons. They have been ineffective so far. We're going to take another look at it here, and we'll see if we can see the slash.
There it is right there. Just on the left side, down by the ankle.
Okay. I'm not sure that was the slash that drew the penalty. I believe there was another one, but that doesn't matter. Oliver with the puck to Russell Sharp. Russell Sharp over to Romanchuk. Romanchuk shot on, handled by Perkins. Well, it wasn't really shot on as it deflected in the corner, but nonetheless, it did make it to Perkins. Koffhammer with it now. He's after Awe. Awe trying to tie it up. McFatridge in there as well. And I do have to give credit. That was the slash there. They're doing another fine job in the
Sure it was. Well, I got to say, Koffhammer and McFatridge out there alone gives you kind of a thrill, doesn't it, for a lot of bam slam hockey, and they managed to get a face-off in the Grizzlies' end, and now some words between Clayton Awe and Trent Koffhammer.
They've been jawing at each other. McFatridge and Awe have been jawing at each other. That's just an ongoing feud. A minute 34 remaining in the power play for the Oil Barons. Mike McPhee out to take the face-off with Masters. They get set. Masters wins the draw. Lubsack does manage to get it out as Romanchuk falls. Romanchuk can't get back in the play. Good work by Oliver as Masters was nearly away on a 2-on-1. Here come the Barons. That's Romanchuk. He loses it, and Lubsack fires it all the way down the ice. Good work by Terrence Oliver to take away a possible shorthanded goal attempt there. Here comes Oliver. Up to Romanchuk. Nice pass to Mike McPhee. Mike McPhee in all alone. Chip pass. Oh, Bobby Stewart couldn't connect. Oliver has it at the point. Oliver over to Romanchuk. Romanchuk looking for Stewart. Gets it back. Mike McPhee trying to control it. Now the Grizzlies have it. They play it around to Lubsack. Lubsack. He's slashed by Harris. Harris gets it back. Harris into the slot. Shot. Kicked out. Where is it? Oh, Bobby Stewart had his leg grabbed by Lubsack. Sort of put him in that Vulcan leg lock thing. Back to Harris at the point. Harris to Oliver. Oliver back to Romanchuk. Into Harris. Harris with the puck. Wrap around. Back to Oliver. Oliver shot on just wide. Heisted can't get it out. Mike McPhee has it. McPhee back to Oliver. Oliver over to Romanchuk. Romanchuk. Oh, his shot's broken up by Scovera, and he fires it all the way down the ice. And that should do it for the Oil Barons power play. They just tried to break in Russell Sharp there. He couldn't catch up with it. Back to the point of Romanchuk. Shot deflected. Over to Moniger. Moniger unloads. Kicked out. Back to Moniger. Over to Romanchuk. Romanchuk shot. And now the Grizzlies break out. That's Tyler Graham with it. Tyler Graham. He has his play broken up by Koffhammer. And the teams are back to 5-a-side. And now we have a penalty coming up as McFatridge pushes with Kirkpatrick, and that is a mismatch.
Yeah, I think Kirkpatrick was set out there to get Shawnee out of the game. Sean's not going to fall for it. He's not going to waste his time fighting Kirkpatrick. Look at the difference in size for one thing.
Coincidental minors, that's good for the Oil Barons.
Yeah, no, that was a good call. I mean, again, Jim Ottison's doing a great job on this game. He's letting them play hockey, and he's calling the garbage. Let's take a look at this hit on McFatridge. And I guess we got a little bit of action in front of the net here. This is when the Barons were in control, it seemed. Just couldn't get the quality shot in. Bob Stewart had a couple of chances for the deflection, but very effectively checked.
Take a look at some jawing going on between those two competitors.
Yeah, they're probably talking about, you know.
The Oil Barons do end up with an extra minor being served by Brad Mueller. 4 minutes for spearing, if I heard that correctly.
Yeah, that's what you heard, and that's a double minor. But the Baron penalty killing unit has been working well. Let's just hope it can stick to it.
12:47 remaining in the second period. 2-1 Oil Barons lead. Bucks gathered up by Koffhammer, and he deposits it down in the Grizzlies' end. Knocked down by Nelson behind his own net. Nelson looks up ice, hits Heisted with a pass. Heisted up to Masters. Masters into the corner behind Perrott. He's given a real rough ride, and a penalty coming out to Moniger. And Moniger's going for slashing here. won't be Moniger, or is it?
It looks like it's Moniger for the slash. I don't know. It's an interesting call. I want to take a look at that again if our replay fellas can show us.
Take a look at it here.
Just take a quick look at it because holding maybe, but oh, there.
Okay.
Didn't see that one. You got to give him that. Yeah, it was a legit call.
10:39 remaining in the penalty to Sean McMurray. 2 minutes on the board now for Brett Moniger.
This is not a good situation.
Nope.
I don't want to sound like gloom and doom, but you cannot play 2 men short against the Grizzlies.
Not with the talent they're putting out there, including Scovera, Tatar, and Joe Murphy. On the point play on Starak.
Scovera having some discussion with referee Jim Otteson.
Not sure what that was all about. He'll settle in to take the face-off with, I think that's Bobby Stewart back there. Yep. Bobby Stewart and Scovera to take the face-off. Tatar trying to direct traffic. Comes in for some words with Scovera. Finally, they're going to get this one underway. Oliver can't get it. Joe Murphy cuts him off. Puck goes back to Clay at the point. Over to Starak. Starak spins. Back to Aw. Winds up into Scovera. Scovera's bumped off the puck. Does manage to keep it, though. That's Tatar with it. Tatar back to Clay spins the line. Oh, Bobby Stewart nearly stole it. Bobby Stewart does manage to get to it. He fires it all the way down the ice. Boffhammer comes out to kill the penalty for the Oil Barons as Starak brings it out of his own end. Starak up to Scovera over the blue line. Scovera drops it for Starak. Starak cross ice to back to Starak. Starak into Tatar. Tatar being checked viciously by Bombach. Can't come up with it. Now the Grizzlies have it. Over to Scovera. Scovera back to Starak. Starak into Clay, back to Starak. Shot on just wide. And now one of the Oil Barons was dumped in front. Oh! And Scovera slapped it one in the air. He couldn't knock it down. Back to Starak at the point. He plays it in the corner. Nobody there. Bombach gets to it. 25 seconds remaining in the first penalty. Scovera with the puck. Scovera at the blue line. Stops, checks, waits, moves into the center, unloads, and Richard Perron never saw that one, but it never got to him. Now a scramble in front. An Oil Baron down, and we have a whistle, and Tatar's been out of shape.
Well, it looks like Trent Kaufhammer took that one in a bad spot, but he's up and getting off the ice under his own power. Or is it? I'm trying to see if it's Kaufhammer or Bombach. It looks like...
I think it's Bombach.
I think it's Bombach who has just killed that whole penalty. He's been out there the whole time. And he took a vicious shot. That's what stopped the shot. I thought it was Richard at first, but now I know it was Bombach, and our ever vigilant and competent replay guys. Here comes the shot.
Right.
Oh, that was not the shot. I think that came from a stick behind the play out of our screen.
Chad Nelson with the puck. Shot on. Perron kicks that one out. 3 seconds remaining in the first penalty. Brad Bueller set to come on the ice. He's on the ice. 22 seconds remaining in the penalty. The second penalty, the Oil Barons. Masters, sharp angle shot, and handled easily by Perron. And we have a Grizzly down. Looks like a glove hit him in the eye. Let's take a look at it. That's Erdman who's down.
Maybe trying for a little theatrics.
Didn't see it.
Nope. To make a long story short, Richard, by shutting down the play, we got 13 seconds remaining in the penalty, and if the Barons could just hold out for 13 more seconds, ice the puck one more time. So I would like to see the face-off go in the Barons' favor. They have successfully killed off a 5-on-3 situation, and that's got to spark them too, Rob.
Brett Moniger set to come back out on the ice. Oil Barons cleared. That will do it. Perkins leaves the puck for Nelson. Nelson plays it off the boards to Heisted. Heisted looks up ice. Return pass to Masters. Masters over the red line, over the blue line. Teams are 5 skaters aside. Oil Barons has successfully killed off a 5-on-3. Here comes Mike McPhee. McPhee fakes the shot at the line. Spins top of the circle. Joe Murphy can't knock it down, but he does manage to get it up to John Pozar. Back to Murphy. Tatar in there as well. Chance now for Harris. Harris tries to go wide on Highstead. Highstead, good job to knock Harris off the puck, and Pozar comes out. He loses the puck to Bobby Stewart. He sidesteps a check, and Tatar comes up with it. Tatar up to Pozar. Pozar has the puck stripped by Phillips. Now Nelson shoots it all the way down to the Oil Barons' end. Mike McPhee receives a pass at the red line. Looks over to Mike Koffhammer. Gets it up to Trent Koffhammer, I should say. Kicks it in behind Perkins. Highstead with it. Highstead. Oh no, we got an injured Oil Baron, and I'm not sure that's Mike McPhee.
He's trying to get off under his own power. They're really showing heart tonight here. And he's hurt his leg. I think he's heading for the dressing room on this one, Rob.
I didn't see what happened. It happened behind the
Doesn't
play.
look good. That left leg of his looks like it's toast. Look on the right side of the screen, according to our text, and McPhee not looking good. That's not a good sign. There.
Knee. It was a knee.
It was a knee.
It was a knee. The most dangerous play in hockey when knees collide. Can we see that replay one more time? I'd like to see that replay one more time if I can.
Knee play?
Knee play on the replay.
A replay on the knee play.
Okay. Okay, we'll hold it and show it at the next break if we can. We'll stay with the action for a minute. Lubsack fires it into Perron. Perron up along the boards to Mueller. Mueller can't knock it down, but it does manage to get it out. Now a chance for